Joining me now on the news at 10 is the CEO, PR24, Onyekachi Adekoya. Mr. Adekoya, 18 days after all abducted worshippers in Kumenwali are out of captivity, what's your reaction to this and the initial controversy trailing the actual number of the kidnapped victims?
Well, my first thought would be to, commend the government for the work done and to, again, reach out to the families who have been impacted by this. The question is now, who's next and what community is next? Because this is, like we said, as we're approaching 2027 election, sadly and unfortunately, we will see a sustained uptick in some of these cases. But at least in this dispensation, we dare say, we've seen a sustained effort to recover the victims when they are abducted. So we commend the government, and then we're happy for the families who have received their loved one back. So I think that's the first thought.
Some of these rescued worshippers revealed that they were forced to trek for about 6 days through the forest to the kidnappers' camp. How were we unable to, perhaps track them and bring them back home much earlier than we've eventually been able to?
So Nigeria is running, not making any excuses, but I can understand sometimes the handicap of law enforcement. Which would see that when a case becomes high-profile case, then the security forces have to do what we call focus work. But in terms of getting the capability to collect, process, just part out data, we don't have so much of that capability. Even in terms of persistent ISLs, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, we also lack the capability to even have those drones or surveillance assets that can give you day and night vision, of some of those areas. And again, you must understand that these attackers are quite familiar with the topography of the place. They know where to snake through, where not to snake through. Importantly, and sadly, they also gain intelligence from some of the people that also collaborate with them within the community. So it's a hydra-headed problem, and we're dealing with a highly dispersed set of actors, so actors are going across this country, northeast, northwest, north central, south, south, southeast, southwest, everywhere seems to have one issue or the other. And law enforcement, unfortunately, are having to play catch up. So that will explain sometimes the challenges. Also, importantly, know that when you're in hot pursuit of those attackers, even the pursuing party must also exercise caution and also approach carefully. The assets to be able to approach, go in safely and extract safely also matters. Sometimes mobilizing those resources, the time to eat, the team. So it's not like you turn on the tap.
I hear you, Mr. Adekoya, but here we are now. What must be done now to properly reunite the victims with their families and, importantly, prevent recurrence?
I think the state government has said what they are doing. They're following standard protocol. They've given them medical care. They've cleared them to medically fit. They're going to resettle them, provide them livelihood support and all that. That forms part of the rehabilitation reintegration stage. To your next question, which is very difficult to answer, how do you forestall? It's difficult, but it's simple. It's a simple, complex problem. State police, just bringing the subnational government into this matter of security. I've said and I keep saying that internal security is not the only problem of Mr. President. We must bring in the governor. These conversations are going on, whether in primary health care, whether in roads, whether in schools and settings. The subnational government must begin to play a bigger role in internal security. And that's why you see cases like Edo, Kwara, you can see, because the military is stretched thin. The police is stretched thin. Federal forces alone cannot do it. The governors are the landlords of the subnational territory. If they can mobilize their populace to win an election, I don't see why, the governors cannot, from the ward polling unit level, even upwards to the state capital, mobilize their states and conscientize and provide resources to deal with the local issues before they become bigger problems. So to forestall, that would be my advice. And until we get that done, unfortunately, it's just a matter of when, not if.
CEO PR24 Onyekachi Adekoya, many thanks for talking to us on TVC News at 10.
Thank you for having me.
Now, to